It's been a while since I posted the last video. This is me on day 97 attempting to run a marathon under 3 hours. As you already know, I'm now working on my 5k time because I'm gonna build all the way from the 5 kilometer to the marathon, trying to run it under a pace of 4:17 or something like that. I'm here with my Strava, and last video you saw that I was going to try to attempt to improve my 5k, which at the time was 23:50, and it happened. I took it down from 23 to 22:15. It was 23:50, it went down to 22:17. So a pace that was 4 minutes 46 per kilometer all the way down to 4 minutes 27 per kilometer. It's happening. Slowly I'm getting there. So from that cycle, I went straight to, well, if you look at the splits here, you'll see that I did go out the gate too quickly. You know, if you look at the splits, it was 4:10, 4:26, 4:30, 4:35, last kilometer 4:31, and last 60 meters I went for a sprint and I went all the way down to 3:28. Heart rate was relatively stable, but this is wrong. I forgot my chest strap and I was just with the optical reader, and the optical reader thinks that I was going at 159 beats per minute maximum, and that, my friend, is just not true. I know I struggled at the end. There was a little bit of two ascents. It was just two hills, not quite big, but it was big enough for me because I was really tired already. The last 500 meters they put two small hills. It was enough for lots of people to stop and start walking. Didn't train lots of hills, but I just went for it and the body sustained itself. You can see here in the zones that I supposedly stayed in zone 3, and that is just not true. I know I was halfway zone 4 and zone 5. No chance I was in zone 3. So what happened, I jumped straight onto half marathon training from that block to a marathon training. I didn't record any video because I had a half marathon booked. You can see here the weeks were progressing in July. First week of August, I still kept running more and more. And then the second week as well. And the third week, I was supposed to run a half marathon on the 17th of August. But I had a problem. My mother-in-law asked me to go and pick up my father-in-law in another city. I had to miss the run. It was quite important. I had to do it for the family. So I just missed the half marathon, went straight back to 5k training again to see if I could. Now, if you think about the fact that I was going to work for 5k and then I jumped to a half marathon, people might question why I did that. This half marathon had been booked since last year, so there was nothing I could do. I wanted to run it, so I did like a 5-week cycle. No, it should have been better to actually do a 5k, because a 5k I would still be able to run and go travel, but a half marathon it would just not be possible. I kept running here from the 19th to the 25th of August, and this is last week on the Thursday. I don't know exactly when Thursday was, but I got hurt. I've been running consistently and progressively since January 2024. So now it's been like more than 18 months without any injury. And I picked up something in my heel. I went to the doctor today and yesterday, and he said, I need to get some time off. There's an inflammation exactly where the tendon is glued to the calcaneus bone. So I'm gonna have to take some time off. Now I just went for a bike ride. Yeah, so there's nothing I can do about running now. I'm only gonna have to rest a lot, cycle a lot. Yeah, there's no chance for me to be running. I think I might lose some fitness. The moment Garmin thinks I was able to run a 5K, I would be able to run a 5K in 21:19. So this will be another minute off of my PB. But I'm not gonna try this in September. I was hoping that I would try it next Sunday. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I need to get some time off, heal completely. Yeah, it was hurting a lot from Thursday to yesterday. I took some medicine yesterday, did some resting, put some ice, and did some mobility. It is improving rapidly, but we all know calcaneus and tendinopathy isn't a simple thing. It's going to take a while to heal completely. Hopefully, I might be able to get back to running within a month and a half, maybe. So at this time, I'm just going to try to make the same kind of workouts, mimic the same kind of workouts, but in the bike, and giving enough rest for my ankle and my heel, so they can heal properly. Yeah, basically those are the news on my attempt to run a marathon under 3 hours. Picked up the first injury, hopefully. Normally people say, yeah, when you pick up the first, it's never the last. Hopefully it is, for over the next 2 years. I don't like being injured. Some people say that I might have had this injury because of the constant pounding. Some people think it's the shoe. I don't think it's the shoe. The shoe that I wear it's relatively nice. It's got 8 mm drop. It's just another running shoe. It's quite it's a simple shoe, but it's a good shoe. This is made in Brazil. It's got really nice sole. It's quite supportive, it's got really good heel support. I'm now wearing one of these things that they do elevate the feet, the calcaneus area a little bit more, protects my heel when I'm walking. So I'm walking quite limited at the moment. It's a nice shoe. So people say, oh, it was the shoe. I don't think it was the shoe. I think it was probably me increasing volume and intensity. This might be the reason, but I'm also not sure about that. I didn't increase the volume some. Last year, I ran much more volume, although I was running that volume much more in zone 2 and 3, beginning of zone 3 today, or these last 4 months, I think I run high aerobic runs much more frequently in order to get that PB on the 5K. I switched the type of training I was doing, and I think that might be the reason. I was training fine, I was getting my PBs, running most of my runs easily. Because the volume was low, I decided to increase the intensity a little bit, and I think that was the reason I got this injury. It's not an easy injury. I've read about tendinopathy, or it's called insertional Achilles tendinopathy. There's an inflammation in the area of the bursa as well, so it might take a little while. I'm already, I got some of the movements back already. It's doing fine. It's not swollen, so it might be. I'm already doing physio as well. I did some ultrasound, some laser, some mobility work. My physiotherapist is quite good. So hopefully next month I'll be able to get back to training. So next 5K trial will be postponed to the end of October. I know I'm not gonna run fast in September, neither in the beginning of October. So I think it's gonna take a little while. Maybe just in November, I'm gonna try to pick up the pace again. So, I'm happy that I got a PB, a 5K last time I ran. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't say that I'm looking forward for this next month because I won't be running, so I'll be doing only cycling. But it is what it is, right? We do pick up injuries on the way. People say there's only two types of runners: the ones who have already been injured and the ones who will be injured. And unfortunately, it's my turn. Yeah, hopefully it will heal quicker. I'll get back to running as quickly as possible. But at the moment, this is the news I have. I will see you guys in the next video of me attempting to run a marathon under 3 hours. I'll see you around.